Welcome to another round of Spudventures. We're back after our December break, and we're back with another round of The Forgotten Ones, our D&D 5th edition campaign, run by GreatDinn. So take it away.
Hey, hello everybody. Thank you again for joining us. It has been a while, but I suppose that's nothing new with us, is it? Anyways, yes, this is a Dungeon of the campaign using a bit of a twist to start off with. Joining me as always is Azure playing Lander Brightwood.
Hey.
Digo playing Victor.
Hello.
Spud playing Usk of House Rosnar.
Hello there.
And Space Jawa playing Jhank.
Hello.
Normally we'd also have our good friend AvisEcho here playing Yuliy, but she is away this week because of conventions. So I will be doing something behind the scenes with her, and that will all come to fruition next time, presumably. Anywho, when last we left our heroes, they found out they had died multiple times. They entered the city of Skullport via the treasure chest that had been walking with them the entire time. In fact, a living spell version of Liamon's tiny chest that serves as a sort of moving checkpoint / gateway to the town of Skullport and the rest of the dungeon of the Mad Mage. And when they arrived in Skullport, they found out that they had been here multiple times and that they were far from the only adventurers who were dealing with the current situation.
In fact, there's kind of a crowding problem.
Little bit. Skullport is getting very, very full. And the last thing that happened before we ended our previous session was that they met with the bronze dragon known to them as Bronwyn, who gave them a simple task of locating 500,000
Dragons, the coins.
Yes. Dragons, the coin of Waterdeep, yes. According to her, the party had managed to locate that before, and now that they don't remember anything, she wants to get her hands. So, you all are in of Skullport, in specifically Skull Square. What would you like to do?
Skull Square.
Important note. Also, she stole my chair.
Oh, please.
That chair was very cursed. And that's what she collects, is curses. That chair was clearly very cursed.
She has a horde of cursed objects. Let's not... I mean, you and Avis are the only ones who care about that dang chair.
Mm-hmm.
So here's an important question. Is the thing that Yuliy is doing on the side, is that likely to be more or less dangerous than what we're getting up to?
I can say this because it's not it's nothing especially it's plot related, but she's basically going to search the town alone to get a good feel of like, what do the people in town recognize us for, if they recognize it, and like what's our sort of general reputation.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, because would it be a good idea or bad idea for the extent of what we're doing and what she's doing to send Crunchbite with her for that? Or is that even allowed since it's my dog?
I mean, you can. It's going to be it just means she'll have some extra protection should something go awry, which wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think for simplicity's sake, yes, I will send Crunchbite with her for that.
Okay. I'm certain that Avis will enjoy the heck out of that.
Very much so.
I am going to go ahead and move them just sort of across town to represent the fact that they are away from you. All right. So, like I said, what would you gentlemen like to do?
Well, we had a run-in. I'm trying to remember what happened last session. We had a run-in with the local...
You could call them a constabulary. It's mostly just Xanathar guild thugs.
It's the local mafia goons, yeah. That's basically what it is. It's a mafia protection racket, hooray.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's Skullport for you.
So,
Yes,
and apparently I made a decent impression.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, the one who harangued you was a Goliath, and they enjoy displays of at least bravery.
I mean, I am that, if nothing else, apparently.
So, yes, you've got 3 whole levels of Skullport available, along with the you can see down. Let me put a pointer. This area right here. Whoops, too large. I always forget how fast that is. This area down here with the big 225-foot cube is all sorts of like dock-based homes being built. Just floating on the water. They're not great homes, but any port in a storm, I guess.
So part of this town is on water.
Yes, it wasn't initially, but part of it is now.
So is there any way to have markings on the map to indicate, oh, this is where there's actually water?
You can see at the bottom, like basically these sort of dark gray sections at the bottom, where you can see like over here is a dock. Like that's the lead into the water.
Yeah.
It's like this.
I see it where it's. I kind of see it where it's not there's the line but not the other lines.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing that way.
It's all there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the island itself is the 3 layers of the map you can see, and then the dark gray to the south is where where it's being built on the water.
Nothing that's really terribly accessible yet.
Yeah.
I would at some point like to give Miles his wand back.
Okay. You don't know exactly where the paths back up to Waterdeep may be just yet, but there are some. It's been stated to you.
Yep.
We also need to remember Chestnut.
He's back at that house on the middle layer.
No, that's the other one. Chestnut is the one that's on the other
Chester.
Yeah, Chestnut is the one in the dungeon.
But we can't exactly pull him through himself.
Not with that attitude.
Not with those physics.
Yeah.
Well, I've just learned magic, but I don't know that much magic yet.
It would also sort of make it hard to actually go back into the dungeon if we pulled him through with us.
You would literally have to leave the Skullport path into the 3rd floor, or go back up to the start.
Yep.
Well, okay, what loose ends do we need to tie up right now? Like, that we have access to?
Well, let's take a look-see at everybody's inventory.
I think I need to return some books, which I think I left at your house, Usk.
Let's see here. There is that pouch of moonstones that you found that also had the signet ring in it. Seemed separate, so that there might be something for that, either in town or in Skullport or in Waterdeep. There's what else is there? Everyone's little individual sort of items, like the blank book. I'm trying to see what Yuliy has. There's the various items in the oh gosh, I can't think of his name now. I know Felrax. I can't think of what its the Harpers. There's all of the stuff in your Harper rooms that you didn't necessarily uncover.
Right.
Hmm.
And you know, this is a whole new town full of people, so there's plenty of other things that could possibly be done.
Yeah, like shopping and walking around, talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's also your employers, Spud, or Usk. The Castle Lanters. You know, they were told to, you know, you were told basically, you know, don't disturb them for a few days. Well, it's been a few days, so.
oh yeah. Huh.
I don't know. There's also the Xanathar Guild. They'd been following you, so still don't know why.
We're in a kind of in a confluence of a lot of things that. And I'm kind of a side dishes first, entrees later. So let's before we tackle
Okay.
like the big organizations that can spiral out, let's see if we can just tie off some loose ends, like I don't know, that wand or those books. I don't know. Maybe checking to see like if we have passage back up to water deep might be the most useful thing we can do immediately.
Dare I ask, but is this something where we're all gonna go to address each individual item?
I think for the moment we should probably stick together because this is not the kindest town in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, very much not.
So safety in numbers at the very least for now until we're more established. Anyone disagree with that?
No disagreement.
All right,
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
maybe
The buddy
heading
system.
back to the base first might be a good idea.
head back to the base first with the intention of asking around about how we get back up to, if there's a shortcut back up to Waterdeep from here.
Well, I figure the guy there would probably know.
Probably.
Yeah, Felrax would probably know something about, you know, passage up to Waterdeep.
Seeing as I think he's the one who told us about it.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
All right then. We'll head back to the Harper hideout.
Okay, that's going to be on the middle floor. Let me see if I can just grab y'all. And why can't I ever like grab multiple things at once? Please. All right, I'll do it like this. Whoop. Like so. So yeah, you don't encounter any particular trouble as you head back to the Harper hideout. You can see as you're sort of walking, you can see like more people are, you know, fortifying structures or trying to make craft, like, you know, find a place to work or provide a service in this town, just so that they're not starving or potentially have to go back into the dungeon. Lot of you know, a lot of adventurers who seem to have maybe given up a bit.
Yep.
Not everyone takes the knowledge that they are immortal, not of their own volition, terribly well.
We're all we can all
Okay,
revive
I have
endlessly.
to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them look like they are individuals who, provided we needed at some point, could possibly be hired as extra help?
Yes, there are plenty of people who in Skullport who seem honestly just as willing to go back out there, but you know, they also want to make sure that if they are going back out there, they'll maybe be able to come back without forgetting everything.
Yeah.
Okay, something to keep in mind for later then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I built this town so that if anyone dies and wanted to change characters, they could.
Gotcha.
That's definitely part of it.
I don't know. I'm pretty attached
But,
to Usk, though.
He's a good character to be attached to.
Well,
Anyways.
let's just try not to die and make it a moot point.
Yeah, do your best. Felrax, when you meet up with him, tells you he basically boils it down to there are 2 ways that he knows of to get back to Waterdeep from Skullport, and neither of them are super fun, to put it mildly. Let me just see where they are.
Consult the book.
Yes, I have to consult the book. Because there are so many pins in this town.
Where are they, and what do we have to do to go through?
He tells you that on the same level, if you head to the west, you can find a shop named the Poisoned Quill. And inside there is a woman named Tasselgrin, who is who is she normally forges documents. That hasn't been a thing that has happened too much in Skullport recently.
Not a whole lot of need for official presence of anything, any kind of authority.
Yeah. So what she has been doing is offering the other big service. She has a teleportation circle that leads up to Waterdeep. And she charges 50 gold per person to use it. So it's expensive.
Is that
and
two
it's
ways?
Also one way. It's one way.
We specifically need a 2-way path.
The other way is I'm trying to sorry, one moment. Which of these is it? Sorry, there's so many things in this map. Not to mention the 3 layers of map.
Oh boy.
I should have had this listed out earlier. One moment.
Well, I mean, it's been a month. It's hard to tell like what our first priority would be starting out.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing he tells you is that on the upper floor, let me pull up that map. Is that the right? No, that pulled up the lower floor. What the heck? There we go. On the upper floor, which let me make sure that's shared.
Yep.
Okay. There is a staircase right over here that goes all the way up into Waterdeep. It's about an hour and a half walk upstairs. It's very long and very tedious, which is why nobody generally likes using it.
Ow.
You've ever skipped leg day?
On top of the fact that the exit is technically under the exit to it is technically part of some of the private property of some of the wealthiest members of Waterdeep.
Oh.
So leaving is if you're caught on the premises, it's not great.
That also makes it not very prominent as a 2-way position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe if we could secure our passage through.
So
that would if that's kind of our only option. That's kind of our only option. All right.
Well, here's a thought. Maybe we could see if there's any places where although I suppose anything that could potentially be set up would be something that by the time it was set up, the campaign would be over.
I don't know about that, but I
mean, if we could find somewhere where someone could try digging a hole up and set up a lift.
Well, okay. Anything with that kind of serious construction, yeah, that would be.
Felrax will point out that those are the only two ways he knows of. And he has used the stairs before because it specifically goes to Castle Waterdeep.
Oh.
Yeah. And he has enough connections to be able to use the stairs on occasion, maybe. But he can't guarantee anyone but himself. But on top of that, he says, or he points out, like, I am just one person, and I have only ever needed those two. There might be more ways up that I don't know about.
Well,
So-
it sounds like our next job is to search around for any other clues about ways up.
We could, set up our own
we could just-
teleportation. If we could set up a teleportation circle here and there, but we'd need a proper mage for that.
Could we just simply walk back, grab the walking chest that we have, walk it back to the surface, stuff it in Usk's house, and then we got something from there back down?
Well,
that kind of robs us of the ability to get from wherever we are in the dungeon to Waterdeep.
Yeah, right
and
now
back.
it's our town portal.
In regards to setting up your own personal portals, Felrax is going to shake his head and go, I'm afraid that's not going to be possible, even if you did have a skilled enough mage.
Teleportation in and out of across the floors is not allowed, is it?
No. I'm not entirely sure how Tess has gotten around it, but she's the only one who has.
We trick her into revealing her secret.
so where is that place?
The poison quill is let me.
Who's our best charmer?
It's right here. This building, right dead center of that.
We might as well
Okay.
ask about and see if she knows anything else. That's kind of our lead right now.
All right. So is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let me just do one thing real fast. Okay.
Ooh, secret rolls.
Secret roll. Secret roll. Everyone roll perception for me, please.
My best not skill.
Yeah. How do I turn? Okay. Skills. Perception.
Ooh.
Whoops. That's not what I needed to do.
Can't just type in your result.
No, I dragged the thing under perception over there.
Hmm.
That's in skills, though. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Yeah. That's not right either.
You must have clicked disadvantage.
I
It
don't
dropped
know
to
when
12.
I would have done that.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. You drop. Oh, because you're intoxicated.
Oh,
Because you're
Yeah.
still in. Because you still have that on your sheet. Let's fix that, please.
yeah, that was an accident, and I don't know how to do that.
Hold on. I should be able to. Is the dang stuff for? I bet if I just. Nope. Don't delete. That is not the thing I'd like to do. Son of a gun. Where is it? For now it's a 13. I can tell that.
I got it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I went into the combat tracker, and then I clicked the little head thing, and I could delete the intoxicated effects.
Oh, okay.
Would you mind if I rolled again?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll allow it.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Significantly better.
Significantly better. So, Usk, you are the only one who doesn't see. But once again, the four of you are being followed by someone in a Xanathar cloak.
I mean, I got
And
a
they
lot
are
in my mind.
they are trying to sort of blend in with the crowd, but they are clearly following you.
Can I try
I mean, I just
to...
kind of assumed that the whole time. I don't need to check.
Fair enough.
Can I try to, blend into the crowds myself so it turns out where they're following the party, but that I'm shadowing them?
So you want to try and duck out of the group before that happens, and then
You want to trail us?
Like, kind of, well, yeah, once we know they're behind us, kind of like fade into the crowd and then fade in so that kind of like they're sandwiched between the main group and Jhank.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
You're probably gonna have to stealth it. Because
Shadowing the
once you
shadowers.
start doing something different, they're gonna wonder if you've noticed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
Go ahead and roll stealth for me, please.
you could just look at them and they'll scatter for a little bit. Once you've made them, they'll walk away.
So I'll say it's looking something like that, and it's a seems to be a halfling. He's got a flute. He might be some sort of bard or something along those lines. He definitely noticed you, Jhank. And rather than like scatter, he sort of just begins playing a little ditty in this part, and just basically starting a little road show. He's not following you anymore, but now to get with the rest of the group, you have to get past his little he is definitely not letting you sandwich in between the group.
Gotta get past his busking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna do one better. I'm going to play along, and as he's playing his song, Jhank is going to start dancing to it.
Okay. Roll performance.
Surprisingly well, considering your modifier was -1.
Yeah, that actually is surprisingly good, all things considered.
Jhank does great when he wants to spite someone.
Indeed. Let me just check one thing real fast. Nope, that's not the right one. Sorry, taking a moment. Just need to make sure this is okay. Jhank, roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. I mean, fact of the matter is, if the local mafia wants to watch us, they can watch us.
Yeah.
We're not
Do we
doing-
even
we're not
really
doing-
care that they're watching
We're
us?
not really doing anything that requires a certain level. We're not doing anything that requires that we shake a tail just yet. That time may come, but
Soon.
if we shake every tail, everything's gonna take like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
To be fair, if I get close enough, I could just charm him.
Yeah, but then they know I don't like charm person in general. Like if I looked over the the spell list while I was changing over to Arcane Trickster, and I just don't like charm person because they know you charmed them, and then they're burned forever.
Yeah.
I'll be
That's-
blunt. I don't use it as burn forever. I use it as like, they won't arrest you for a while because obviously.
Well, yeah,
But I mean, if it's someone
they
that-
always know that you have that capability,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how you cultivate an asset.
Honestly, if you want to burn someone, just set them on fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, it might be a good way to get information from a guy that might only be tailing us this one time.
Yeah, if you need like, if you have somebody you don't need like a long term, but like then their organization knows that you're charming their dudes, like it's a sledgehammer approach to something that could just be handled with a few words, you know?
I'm seeing
It
a lot
is.
of dice being rolled.
I mean, I have only used it once, and the person I used it on is dead.
Jhank,
like
you
I-
see 3 people nearby start fist fighting. They're fighting people who look very confused as to why they're suddenly being fought.
Yeah,
You detect magic.
Yeah, he's using magic through his flute. You may want to get out of there.
What do I use to detect magic?
I think
I
you
mean,
could just
you just
infer it this time.
Notice.
I'm just saying, inferring people randomly starting to fist fight one another with calming music and a pretty good dance. I mean, clearly something is afoot. They can't be angered by your sick move.
I'm highly tempted to try and get out of there in such a way where I try and swipe the flute.
So, sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, I guess.
But you know what? I'm going to use better judgment and not do that. He's just going to make it look like he's going to try and get close to the fist fighting, not too close, but make it look like he kind of got hit and he's run out of there by getting hit by someone.
Makes sense. Yes, for what it's worth, because you chose not to try and swipe his flute, he is still the halfling is still distracted enough by everything that's going on that you could slip away without anything happening. So
yeah, now he's committed to this bit, so he's not.
Yes, now he's committed to this bit because if he stops and people stop fighting, they're gonna know.
Yeah. But like,
So
just making eye contact with him would have shaken him. So
so anywho, yes,
Well, that was fun.
That particular distraction is gone. But you know that even still, the Xanathar Guild is keeping an eye on you, and you in particular, not in a way that is, like general, we own this town.
yeah, well, we should
Yeah.
I should probably talk with them at some point. Just figure out why they're interested in us.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be a problem eventually, but at the moment, I don't know if I care that
we could
much.
make it a problem sooner rather than later.
I mean, they don't seem to be like hostile yet.
Yet.
Just wary.
Though they're generally a kind of a hostile force in general, but for the moment,
Did we steal the dragons from them?
I don't. Oh, that's a good question.
I mean,
Who are you asking? Because I can't tell you crap.
I'm just asking in general.
I will investigate
If
that
anyone,
later.
Is it possible to try and like do a memory roll, see if there's
No, that's the rules are we lose our memories when we die.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't try and search through brain matter that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's only so much that can be recreated through magic.
Mm-hmm.
You basically have
Even
a
very,
save
very
state.
powerful magic.
All right, so we're at this shop then, right?
Yes, it is the poison quill. You can see there is it's a large sign with a quill that is dripping some sort of purple viscous ooze. It actually appears to be literally dripping, the sign, but whatever is falling off of it is disappearing before it hits the ground. So someone's got an aesthetic, you guess.
Illusions.
Nice.
The door is locked.
Oh, not in right now, or I knock on the door.
There's lights on. You can see there's someone inside, but just the door's locked.
All right, I knock on the
So-
door.
I could try
Try
knocking. Worked last time. Maybe. Did it?
Sure. It didn't work exactly at first. It took a few minutes before the doors opened. But
good work.
you hear someone saying, "Well, thank you for your visit." And you feel a very powerful sort of like burst of magic before someone approaches the door and unlocks it. And it's this fairly sorry, one moment. it's this fairly old woman. She looks extremely well put together. She looks maybe in her 80s, you'd guess, but she doesn't show any signs of like the wear and tear on her body like bothering her at all. She seems very sort of put together. She's wearing these nice flowing robes. One of her eyes appears to be a little glassy. And she smiles at the lot of you and goes, "And what can I help you with today?"
We're in the market, you might say, for a passage back up to Waterdeep, at least for a quick jaunt. But it is our understanding, we've heard that you might have a way, but it's only one way, and we need a two-way system.
Oh, well, it's... If we are being extremely technical, I can, in fact, make it two-way, but it's just very complicated to get the messages back and forth, and I'll need a little extra. I'm sure you already know about the current cost, yes?
50 per person, yes. How much would it cost to do per person two-way?
Well, it would be another 50 per person just for the standard return trip. But I'll also need another 100 gold per person for a message so that I know when someone is actually standing on the other end of my rotation circle.
So essentially 200 per person.
Ouch.
Yes, I could get away with that, I think. What else are you going to do? Walk?
Climb up the stairs to Castle
Possibility.
Waterdeep? No. Well, do we only need to make one trip right now? And how badly do we need to do it?
I don't know that we need to do it that badly.
I mean, honestly, like, skipping over 3 or 5 floors of dungeon to get back up to Waterdeep, that's pretty reasonable.
Okay, what are we doing again? Just delivering stuff?
Yeah, I guess just
We
retrieving...
need to return the wand to Miles, and I've got some books in Usk's house that I need to get back to the bookstore.
I don't suppose you have any errands you need to run, do you?
Oh no, I do all of my shopping here.
Is there a way we could, like, send someone to run some errands for us?
See, the issue is, I think that
Without
we
having to
need
go
you
ourselves.
to actually get into your house.
That's true, and I don't exactly have standard locks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do this, we could set aside the if you want to do it like this, we could just send Usk up with the list of stuff.
Just send me up. So,
And,
a couple hours pass, I come back down. 200 gold
Yeah.
spent.
And we can cover what happened, later in a like play-by-post or something.
Well, that seems like something. There also could be things done back in the town while we're waiting for him.
I'm just pointing out that is also an option. If you'll excuse me for one moment while y'all discuss this, I need to use the restroom.
All right.
Let's say we don't need to do this like right away. We can do it like between sessions or something, because this is some pretty minor stuff. We don't need to
We
like play
could,
this
yeah.
out.
I was gonna say I can't think of a reason why I'd spend 200 gold to go back.
Yeah, I was thinking that this would probably be something that I would do if I were to miss a session.
Yeah.
Would be
Yeah,
just to do that stuff.
That could be a thing we do. We just use it as someone needs to. I mean, someone's missing a session, so
Yeah.
we say that person is going off and doing this while they're doing it.
And they can either spend 200 gold or walk. So we don't need to play it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll ask about like if there's any other alternatives. I don't think she'll tell us because that would, interfere with her business.
Yeah.
Could we?
But we
could
should
we
still
try?
ask
We
around.
Could we try and sweet talk her, not into spilling it out, right? But maybe giving a hint that'll
It's
tell us.
this is still her primary business. She's not gonna be tricked into undermining her own business. Come on.
Hmm.
Like, I wouldn't say I'm the most charming person, but basic psychology.
Mm.
So, after this, do we want to talk to the Xanathar Guild? That seems like fairly pressing.
Not a bad idea.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, seems that way. Backed in? Or no?
Didn't want to interrupt anything.
He did put a
We're
message.
kind of wrapping up. Basically, we're not going to do anything right now. We might save it for between sessions or something, or if someone
Okay.
has to miss a session, just to run
Sounds
this
reasonable.
errand.
Yeah.
For now, then, I think.
Just imagine though, if I'm the one who messes the session and they trust the Jhank to go do those errands.
No, I wouldn't trust you to enter my house alone.
Yeah. I feel like since the books involve me, I should be the one to go and return them. But yeah,
I can probably teach Lander how to enter my house.
Or it can be Jhank, or it can be Usk and Lander.
Yeah,
that is another option. Yeah.
but I kind of
It's only
I kind of need
400 gold.
I kind of need to be here to record, so
Yeah.
I'm not likely to miss a session.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I could record a thing. It just wouldn't be maybe quite as good.
Okay.
And what? I mean, we have, what is it, 200 platinum apiece?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, and how much is how much gold is one platinum?
10.
At least 10.
Yeah, it's 10 gold.
Oh, okay.
200 platinum?
No, a platinum piece is worth 10 gold.
And we each have 200 platinum.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how it splits.
That's actually less than I thought it was.
Yeah,
Oh.
So I
it's
need
still a
to
lot,
put
but
down
It's-
that I have that.
Yeah, because I have 0.
it is riches.
Well,
but
it's currently all in chestnut.
Right, but
Okay.
oh, so it's not in our possession at the moment. Whoops.
Not right at this moment, no.
all right.
Maybe
I
we
do
should-
have 645 gold pieces just with me.
Yeah, we've got a
Mhm.
decent level of wealth at the moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess let's talk to our local Xanathar Guild Tail and say that we want to meet with whoever's in charge.
Yeah, it might be a
Okay.
good idea to make sure we don't get surrounded, though.
I mean, if we're gonna have a meeting, it's gonna be on their terms, and it's not gonna be on good
Mhm.
terms.
So we're gonna.
There's nowhere here that's like neutral territory that we control, or territory that we control. So
Pretty much.
it's not gonna be great, but better to face it head on and get some answers than just be shaking tails forever, not knowing why.
Okay. Let me find the particular thing I'm looking for.
We're gonna meet him eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye.
I'm not sending you to Xanathar just.
Yeah, that's not.
Seems like it might be still a bit too much, maybe.
We're level 6, we can handle it.
Clearly. Clearly.
Level 7, we might have a shot. I don't know how much health they have, though.
Well, it's Xanathar, so a lot.
Like
Yeah.
thousands?
This is not your basic beholder here.
Yeah, this is
This is
a
Yeah.
gnarly dude.
end
Yeah.
game level beholder.
Where
Like
is
I
this
wasn't
dang-
kidding last session when I was like, we need to train up and get like the best items we can find
Right.
if we're gonna have a shot
Starting
at
next
using this
level.
verse.
I can do approximately a little less than 100 damage twice in combat.
That is
twice per
fun,
short
though,
rest.
that our goal is basically level up.
Yeah,
If we're going to have a real shot at this.
we've managed to do it once so far.
We made some progress on the last run, according to my diary, and it was very hairy towards the end, like losing our minds hairy.
Mm.
Is it? Oh, right. It's not here. It's that one actually is in Skull Island. So I have to pull that one up. Give me a few mo. I know it's like I know exactly who I'm looking. Don't remember where they are.
Yeah, the whole lookup problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I'm just saying, like, we need to be prepared for like a lot of eventualities. We need, mental wards. We need physical strength to spare. We need,
Okay.
every unique overpowered item we can find.
Yeah.
Everything you can get.
Like we need
Go ahead.
we need to treat this dungeon like a place that has, we need to treat this dungeon's treasure like tools to reach the end. And so I think we need to find leads to get to that treasure.
Right.
I think that's kind of my dungeoneering plan is ask around, see if anyone has a lead on something really powerful and head in that direction. Something within a floor or two of us.
Okay. So how would you like to how would you like to attract the attention of someone from Xanathar's guild? Or are you just gonna walk up to the nearest person in a cloak and go, hey?
Tell your
Is
boss.
the halfling still there?
By this point, by the time you've gotten around, the halfling's gone. May have had to beat a hasty retreat.
Yeah, just continue walking around until we catch another person in the cloak, and then be like, "Gee, want to talk to Xanathar's boss, figure out why we're being followed."
Okay. I'm gonna remove this pointer real fast.
Honestly, just like mentioning it at the top of our lungs, we'll probably get an answer in a half an hour.
Probably. I won't disagree with that statement.
I mean, if they're listening, might as well.
Yeah. All right. Is there anywhere in particular you be when you make that declaration and make your waiting?
Probably somewhere with enough people around that, like, we're not like in a dark alley. Maybe like
Are there
Skull
any
Square where we were before?
or
Okay.
are there any popular hangouts like taverns in town?
There are several taverns you could go to that let's see.
What's the most popular?
They're all terribles.
Okay, which one's the least terrible?
They're all terrible.
The least terrible is probably Gyud's Distillery because it's the biggest one. If only because Gyud makes everything themselves. It is. Hold on.
Time to look
This
it up.
building right here, it's 3 stories tall. It goes through all three levels of Skullport.
Nice.
So, if you would like to go there, you are more than welcome to.
Well, that does sound like our best bet.
That fits my criteria. Let's do it.
All right.
I don't see where it comes up on the 3rd level.
Let me. Sorry, one moment. Where is that top floor? Sorry, I have to pull up so many different things. It is. Where is that transition? On the 3rd floor, it is. It's like this area right here. It's a bit odd. It
Yeah,
doesn't
'cause I
help that the roof is collapsing.
Yeah, I don't see this. I mean, the middle.
It's
the
probably
middle,
not like a solid block.
No,
all the way
it's
up.
not the
It's got-
same. It's not the same all the way up and down.
The third story is smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at the fact that the middle and lower levels have pictures of stairs. You can obviously tell, oh, this is part of the same building, but
Mhm.
upper level, not so much.
Yeah.
So-
Sorry. I didn't
It'd
I
take a
didn't build
while.
these maps.
But if we can get to level 17, I might just be able to turn Xanathar into like a chicken or a sword.
The most powerful
dreaming.
chicken in the world.
With true polymorph.
True polymorph.
I mean, if we're getting to level 17, we're probably getting close to being powerful enough to do this, especially if we've got items to go with
Yeah.
it. Like, that's the goal. But, like, we're at level 6 right now.
We are,
Yeah.
yes.
That's a long
Which
ways
is why I
away.
prefaced it with it would take a while.
Yeah.
So while you are in Gyud's distillery, Gyud is a shield dwarf who you can, there is a bar area that you can sort of rest at. It's pretty, it's not rowdy because it's kind of the middle of the day, but there are a lot of people in here in various states of intoxication.
It's 5 o'clock
and-
somewhere.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Like, who has a day
um,
job here?
Exactly. Well, actually, no. You would probably be the only one who knows where if it's 5 o'clock or not, because it's
Yeah.
kind of just dark.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody can see the passage of see the sun to pass the time.
I mean, there's got to be
The
like a big clock somewhere that everyone syncs to, right?
Probably
or
just sleep when
or
they
it's
get
just-
tired, and then
It's just temporal chaos.
it's probably more temporal chaos because Mad Mage and the probably the most they can get out of time is like the tides coming in or tides going out, just because it's a city on the water.
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
all right, if I was in charge, there would at least be like a big clock somewhere central, and everyone sets their watches to that or something. I don't know.
Well,
That
it's a shame you're
sounds
not
like
in
a-
charge.
That sounds like that sounds like a quest hook right there.
I will introduce time to these heathens. God damn it!
I mean,
Putting
it
us in
just,
charge.
It just solves a lot of problems with coordination, you know?
No, I'm saying we're gonna get Usk elected mayor so he can do that.
Oh, that sounds like so much work.
Ah, yes, Skullport elections, a thing that definitely happens.
They're not elections so much as assassinations.
Anyways, as you enter, Gud, he's not he doesn't look like a man who smiles a whole heck of a lot. He puts on a really clearly fake smile for the lot of you and goes, "Welcome to my distillery. You have to buy something if you're gonna stay."
Well, fair enough.
Okay.
What does he sell?
The three alcoholic beverages he distills here are Amberjack, which is a sherry, Goat's Head Ale, which is extremely bitter, and Swill called Wormwiz.
Hmm.
I'll let you guess which one's cheapest.
Yeah.
What else does he sell?
That's it. He
That's
literally just he's a distillery. He's not there to give people food.
This is not a cafe.
Yeah.
I'll give you a silver piece for an empty cup.
He gives you a look and goes, "Afraid it's gonna be a gold piece at least."
I mean, cups are probably at a premium. What was the sherry called?
The sherry is Amberjack.
All right, I'll take Amberjack.
All right, that's gonna be 20 gold.
Fine.
Whoa.
I don't suppose he sells information, does he?
Are you going to ask him? Are you going to ask if he sells information?
I will.
I don't suppose you've heard anything about ways to get in and out from between Skullport and what is the name? And what is the name of the?
Waterdeep.
And I don't suppose you've heard anything about passageways between Skullport and Waterdeep, have you?
Oscar's just gonna slowly facepalm.
Yud is going to look you up and down and go, well, don't... I'm going to make the wild assumption that you don't have a boat, do you?
No, we don't have a boat.
Well, then, guess you're walking.
So we can use the water to get out.
There are water passageways to get into and out of Skullport, but
How does that work?
They're
if
not-
we're so far underground.
Magic.
Reverse mountain.
yeah, it's there's Skullport's built into this big underground cavern, but there are some rivers that lead out into a I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember all of the geography right now. There's a lot. There
Some
are
body
ways
of water
and
that connects to Waterdeep. Got it.
yeah,
I
basically.
imagine it's not a short trip.
No, there's
Magic.
there's also locks. Like there are locks to raise and lower the water.
Gotcha.
What?
It's like a big
let's,
canal.
let's say, as a hypothetical, that we did have a boat.
Then we could take that to Waterdeep. Yes. That's
Your
the
friend's
answer.
much smarter than you.
Oh, jeez.
What about the walking paths?
That's the stairs that we learned about earlier.
That's the only one he knows of.
Or we
Yep.
could go through the dungeon manually.
Also that.
That's always fun.
Mhm.
Okay, then.
And just hope specifically go up through a zone that you either haven't been through before or go back through the chest and go up. But I don't think he knows about the chest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably best not to bring it up.
This really is just like a gigantic prison.
Yeah, well.
I mean, the wizard did not build the dungeon because he wanted things to get out.
Fair enough.
So what's Victor and Lander and Jhank going to be buying? Because he is still not going to let you stay unless you all buy something.
I'll just take that cup.
I'll take the
Alright.
cheapest thing you got.
I'm
Alright.
tempted.
One gold piece for a cup.
I'm tempted to have Jhank wait outside.
Okay. Are you sure?
I wouldn't.
I toss him a gold piece and ask for an empty cup.
He rolls his eyes. Gud rolls his eyes and tosses you 2 empty cups. Victor, you have a stein of worm whiz, which smells strong, not fantastic. And he asks for 5 gold from you, and for 20 gold, Usk, you get a glass of amberjack. It's actually a really nice glass too. He definitely seems very proud of the amberjack.
Well, gotta have some
I
like
mean, it's probably really good.
ray of sunshine in this place.
It's a good thing Yuliy's not here.
Oh yeah.
You had
I-
drinks without me.
We must bring her back.
I mean, doesn't she has her own collection? She's fine. She's
Yeah.
fine.
Some of the I didn't bring it up because it wasn't important last time, but some of the stuff in her collection from here.
Ah,
So
The Skullport wine and ale collection.
Imagine a side session bar hopping with Yuliy.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. There are like 6 bars in
I mean,
Skullport.
of course. What else are there gonna be?
Exactly.
An arcade?
Whack-a-gabo.
with live gobos.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, after probably around 20 to 30 minutes of waiting around, slowly drinking, you your intentions are made clear enough. And a very tall figure, completely concealing themselves in a cloak, sits down at the table nearest you. They are, again, clearly wearing a Xanathar Guild cloak.
I give him
Finally.
I give him a little nod and say, "So, who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?"
You hear a gurgling noise coming from it. And then it it takes a moment and goes, testing. Yes, these are how these vocal cords work, yes. I am Ulquis. This
Nice.
is not my current body, but it will do for now.
Ah, that's fun. Well, nice to meet you, Ulquiz.
Can I try and identify what he's supposed to be masquerading as?
Aren't you outside?
He's inside with an empty cup, and he's completely cloaked.
Ah.
But maybe Jhank can sense something.
Yeah, you're free to try, buddy. If you want to roll a skill of some kind.
Perception,
Um,
not just sight, but sound and smell, maybe.
Especially the smell.
yeah, well, would it be perception or would it be insight?
That
Maybe.
would be-
Perception.
That would be perception. This would be physical details you're trying to eke out.
That's a human. It's just a human wearing a bunch of cloaks right now to sort of
And
hide their
possessed
body.
by
Very
something
tall,
possessed by something that gurgles. Got it.
or at least gurgled as it was trying to figure out how vocal cord works.
Lovely. All right then. Well, anyway.
And after a few more moments, Ulquis continues. It has been very difficult to locate you as I intended. You're very good, all of you, at disappearing.
This is awkward. You
Yes,
know us,
yes,
but
very,
we don't
very
know you.
talented when it comes to making ourselves disappear.
We're on a
Yeah,
fresh.
we barely know ourselves.
We're on a fresh life, so
The upon hearing that, you see the figure start rubbing where its temples would be, or through the cloaks and such, and go, "Of course, you idiots went and got yourself killed." Okay,
seems
that
like as
explains
a
why you're here.
pastime down here.
Yes, well, it's very unfortunate for all of us, especially those trying to maintain some form of decorum. I'm sorry, this is very upsetting for me personally.
I
mean, we are the ones who died.
Yes, and
I-
you know how inconvenient that is for
I
me.
really do understand.
Inconvenient
can-
for you.
Jeez.
Jhank. I really do understand. Like running an organization where everyone dies and forgets everything, that's got to be the most frustrating thing imaginable.
You would be correct.
As things stand, we're not in a position to be making enemies, so whatever we can do to make things up, I think we might be willing to try. And
Well.
with a bit more care this time.
Very well. I will need you to return to the Undermountain. Obviously, there's nothing here we don't already have. This is going to be incredibly frustrating, especially with you. And the Ulquis will point at Jhank very specifically.
You did something on our previous
Um,
run.
Now that I can understand.
I probably did. And I probably will. And if I knew what it was, I probably would see no reason to apologize for it.
I can think of a few things.
God, I love this whole like reincarnation thing. We're just like, how did we screw up last time? I'm actually just really amused by that. In a black humor sort of way.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to pull from. Ulquist takes a moment, and then says,
"When last we spoke, you were doing a favor for someone else. An individual you oh so politely refused to name, asking you to look for a particular dagger." When last we spoke, I asked you very politely not to come to Skullport, especially in search of that dagger.
Ah.
Okay.
Well, we don't remember that search or who that employer or that job. So good news on that front.
I understand, and for that I am at least a small fraction of an amount of grateful. But I need just for a few hours, I need the lot of you to leave Skullport and just be away. Just somewhere else, preferably somewhere where my boss will not see you or learn of your location. It's been extremely difficult for me to prevent that information from reaching my boss. I hope you understand.
Oh, dearie me.
I can't say I do. No, not really.
Well, we could pop up to Waterdeep for a few hours, maybe, but to do that and have a way back would be rather expensive.
The human figure is rubbing their temples and saying,
"How much?"
Let's say if you could reimburse half the costs, we'll say 100 gold per person, so 400 gold.
Well, actually, wouldn't it be 500 since, or 600 even?
I mean, it would be 800 for all of us, so I'm asking for half.
You're forgetting about Yuliy.
She's not here.
I think the big point is just one person might be able to sort of sneak around and get by, no problem.
The whole group being here.
The whole group, no.
Yeah.
As long as if you've brought up Yuliy, Ulquist will do something to make sure that information.
One person is probably easier to hide from your boss than 5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if it would be, not a small expense for all of us, but if you're willing to reimburse half of that, then you can absolutely disappear to Waterdeep for a few hours while you do what you need to do.
If I might ask a question, I mean, whatever reason he wants us to not be here, why do we not want to be here?
We can run some errands.
Because his boss finding us is probably not a good thing.
Without him at least prepping them first.
Okay, but what is that reason?
Do you really want to know?
Ulquist is just going to sigh and go,
"Look, do you want to be evaporated again?"
That boss. That situation. Got it. Yeah.
So he wants to kill us again, but you don't want us dead.
It's a very awkward situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of maintaining my boss's sense of propriety. If I can prepare for what's going to come, I can ensure that we do not have to have this conversation again.
Absolutely understandable, yes. So,
If he knows you're back already, I am going to be cleaning up a lot of ash.
yes, so 400 gold to ensure that we can teleport to Waterdeep for a few hours. We'll go straight away, run a few errands, then come back after, say, 4 or 5 hours.
The figure nods, and you see it sort of rifling through its possessions to see whether or not it has that much gold on them. And it pulls out a small satchel and goes,
Unfortunate. I was really hoping to avoid this.
and you see about 12 other people sort of go glassy-eyed, stand up, and approach your table, all dropping.
Whoa. Okay. You can pay us when we get back. No need to
No,
do anything.
they don't. Real fast, they don't look aggressive.
Yeah, no, they're gonna give us their money.
I know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's like, pay us what you can now. This seems like a serious thing. Don't need to like cause trouble by having people not realize that they're suddenly out of money. You pay us the rest when we get back. We can handle the upfront cost.
Ulquist will nod and go,
Well, that's good. It saves me a lot of headache.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Okay.
So yes, you are given the minor side quest of please leave.
You just open the quest log and the title of the quest is just please
just go.
Make yourself scarce.
Yay.
All right, I guess we're going up to Waterdeep after all. How
Okay,
about
but
that?
if I might ask, the last time we were up there, we ran into a person who disintegrated. How do we make sure that doesn't happen to us?
Well, we were able to stay up there for like at least a day, and it was fine.
I mean, you could probably go ask Bronwyn or Felrax. They might know something about it.
Oh yeah, let's ask them. Make sure like we don't have like how much time we have.
So, yeah. I guess with that, anything else you want to ask Ulquist before you leave?
So after we do this, are we still going to be followed? Are we still going to have like a working relationship?
Ideally, if you need to contact me, you will see me where I am on the 3rd floor, not here. I really hate these long-distance calls.
Okay.
Call and collect. As in collecting a human soul for the job.
And he will say,
Yes, I am perfectly happy to work with you in the future, provided you don't cause too much trouble for me. I would rather not be evaporated myself. But if you wish to, as far as being followed by other members of my guild, I cannot guarantee that, but I can say that it has largely been to communicate with you.
Okay. That's all entirely reasonable. We're going to check with our contacts to make sure we don't disintegrate while we're outside the dungeon for too long, and then we'll go straight away. I think that concludes our business.
Okay.
Yes. All right, if you'll excuse me.
and with that, the figure just sort of drops limply onto the table.
All right.
Is he dead?
No, doesn't look dead.
Just unpossessed.
Just unconscious.
I take the rest of my sherry and then stand up.
Alrighty. You are free to go.
All right, let's check with... oh, I keep forgetting his name, our Harper contact.
Felrax?
Felrax.
Felrax or Bronwyn? You could still technically go ask the dragon, not the dragonborn.
Well, we're on the middle floor. Although we could probably just take the stairs down to... I mean, I guess I'd ask which is closer, but...
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think I want to bother Bronwyn with random questions.
Why not? It's so fun.
Fair enough.
Dragons aren't really like the, micromanaging mentor type of thing.
yeah. And I know nothing about that dagger that we were supposedly sent to search for, but I feel like there's a pretty good chance it might be in her collection.
We can ask.
Well,
No, it might be in the Xanathar Guild's collection, because he just said he doesn't want us to get that dagger.
Yeah.
It's probably in their possession. So, but we've already forgotten about that, and we don't know who that employer was, so we don't have to worry about it right now.
Yep.
We're already
is
completing
anyone-
the job of not doing that.
Was anyone else suspicious of
That
what
quest
the
is easy.
deal is between us and that guy we just met in the bar?
We're probably useful to him in some way, and so he doesn't want his boss to just outright kill us.
And him.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's what
They
we are
are
to
the
him.
controlling force in Skullport right now, so they make the rules.
Okay, but
Literally.
what is he to us?
We don't know if they need us
someone
for
that
something.
we do
they will-
jobs for.
Yeah,
Puppet master.
they will be.
I will
neutral to
say-
us.
I'll put it this way, Jhank. Your like instinct of being like, I don't like it, is fine.
Yeah,
I'll just say that you're not wrong to feel like that.
they're not
Yeah.
good people. But, and this is probably just the rogue talking, you stay friends with people you don't like so they don't feel like they need to kill you.
Okay, but
Until
Yeah,
you can
it-
definitely kill them first.
Until you can definitely kill them first, and we can't kill the, probably it feels like a third of the town is under them, so.
okay, but we are literally in a situation where we die, but then we don't die.
Yes, but we also
same
don't
happens
remember
to
anything
them.
about the previous life.
The same thing happens to them too, so they die and they come back.
Well, I'm not saying we have to kill them. We just don't have to be as worried as we normally would be if they try to kill us.
Except it's essentially death because we don't know anything that happened in the previous life.
And we're still
So-
stuck here. Look,
Most of the progress that we made previously is just gone.
yeah, we've made some progress. Why are we here if not to try and finish this? So we can't afford to lose everything and die. Start from scratch, not even knowing what we're
Especially if
here
it's
to
only
do.
a few of us that die. Because bringing them back up to speed might be a bit challenging.
And if they lose all their skills and abilities too.
Yep.
I mean, if you drank any of that worm whiz, Victor, you could very easily be intoxicated right now.
Yeah, you want to add that effect to your character?
No.
My wisdom score is too high for that.
Probably, yes, actually.
In fact, I'll donate my drink to the unconscious man. I'm sure he will need it more than I.
Probably, yes. So,
You know, if you think about it, though, if we died and we came back, how obligated are we to our past lives?
Not at all, but we
Obligate.
lose all the progress that we make towards the dungeon itself, which is the big picture.
also you get to forget the fact that you are coming back to life multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already died a few times,
But
and
then we
none of our
get
problems
visioned
have gone
back
away.
into the dungeon like we did this time around, and we have to. We learned that we have to stay here or else we disintegrate. Like, no matter what, we will get drawn back in.
Mm-hmm.
because this is the only place that can sustain us.
Yeah.
So dying just means we start what we did at the start of this adventure all over again. Fumbling around, getting visions that bring us back down into it. The whole coming back here to Skullport, the whole shebang. Start from nowhere, probably with all our stuff lost down on a deeper floor. Like,
I wonder if we can find any of the stuff that we had on previous adventures if we go to the floor where we died.
if no one's looted them.
I've been
I
reading
feel
my
like
own
we should
notes from
try and
past
look
lives.
I feel like we should try and look into whether we actually do lose. If we actually do lose, genuine. Like, how much do we genuinely lose when we die? I mean,
You
I
wanna
know
find
there's.
out?
Be the one to find out.
I know there's the memories.
The memories, clearly we lost any good weapons we had.
And there's no, and it doesn't seem like there's a guarantee on where we end up when we're revived either. Like, we ended up in this little, like, subspace on the first floor, basically.
I mean, as far as like, losing potential skills and stuff, I mean, Usk is a prime example of that right there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot that I could do magic for, days on end, so. Anyway.
Well, all we have to do in the future is make sure that not all of us die, and then whoever survives can remind the dead people.
Except then the dead people are probably gonna not trust them for a while.
Yeah, we got to rebuild rapport. There's.
It just seems like a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why we trust each other now is because we were all in the same situation together.
Yeah, we
pretty much
bonded over this.
Yeah.
Look, the goal here is to not die, even though it doesn't have quite the same consequences it had before.
Yep.
It has totally new and fun, interesting consequences.
That are still a pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, my goal is set. We get to the bottom and finish this. And dying throws a huge wrench into all of that. So let's not die. Okay, Jhank?
I will make a point of trying not to die.
Thank you. Let's go talk to... I've already forgotten his name.
Unless it is for a really, 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 really good reason.
Felrax, got it.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll put it in the chat so it's there.
Felrax, how long can we stay up on Waterdeep until we disintegrate?
Felrax will say, or Felrax, upon being asked that, will sort of stroke his chin and go, well, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe, if I remember what grandmother he still looks very upset to say that, has told me.
Yeah, we'll just go and ask her. Fine.
No, it's he can give you the info.
Okay.
He's it's giving it secondhand is all. He says, well, I believe it's at least 48 hours is the full amount of time if you have spent at least a considerable amount of time back in the Undermountain.
So it does refresh by being down here.
Yes.
And we get our full
and down
amount
here
of
a
time
few
back.
days.
Yes. And there is one other thing, which is that there are spatial limits as well. You cannot leave the city of Waterdeep.
Yeah, we
I
just
believe
walk
we
out
found that out already.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we found that out, but I think we found that out.
I definitely said it, but I don't know if it was said
out of
in
character. So
Yeah.
I mean, out of character, we know it. In character, I don't.
I think
we
it's
do.
easy enough to infer by realizing that there is a spell in the Undermountain keeping us alive. If you try to leave the vicinity of the Undermountain, you'll probably just,
I feel like maybe we found that out because Jhank and I went to like the edge of town and we started to feel something that was not good.
Yeah, I think that might have happened. I'd have to go back and listen, but I don't think we can do that right exactly at this moment. So
Yeah.
you you have a time limit and spatial limits as far as staying in Waterdeep, but it does mean you can in fact visit and do stuff up there.
Okay, let's go.
You just can't spend like 18 sessions up there.
No.
Road trip.
All right, let me pull up the big old Waterdeep map. Where
Yeah.
the hell did I put it? I definitely need to shortcut that Waterdeep map. Okay. Waterdeep Dragon. Oh Lord. That's just the big map. That's not going to be helpful. Where is the other one?
Well, like, there's just a couple.
There we go.
Couple of errands we need to run.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything just listed somewhere.
I also know something that Jhank probably wants to do as long as he is up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
He wants to go back to the bomb shop.
Fair enough.
fair enough.
Hey, we're all still at the yawning portal.
Oh, are you?
You
Yeah.
said something about my employers, the Castellanters, right?
Yes, I did. I did in fact reference that.
They're in Waterdeep, not Skullport, right?
Yes, that would be correct. They are in Waterdeep.
If
They're
we have
at the-
if we have a few hours to kill anyway, besides dropping off a few
Sure.
things, might be worthwhile to check with them.
Perhaps we should save that for last,
Yeah,
since it would take the longest.
yeah, I think so.
Gonna go.
First thing
ahead.
we should do is probably stop by your place.
Yeah, pick up the books, drop off the wand and the books. Drop by, let Jhank go to the explosives hut,
In the-
then
Oh, you gotta-
go visit the Castellanters and just ask some probing questions about why the heck I went down there.
Well, is
Well, you got paid.
I mean, I swear I'm not trying to look for an excuse to split up the party, but is all this stuff again, are we
I
still
mean,
in
we're
a-
in town. It's shopping. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
I probably won't throw anything at you.
We could split up, but the longer we take is probably fine. It doesn't matter if we take a long time.
Yeah, so long as it's not a full 48 hours. Anyways,
Yeah.
There's a little red pointer. As you use the teleportation circle, you find yourself in a dusty, unused attic.
Joy.
It seems to have a small amount of faded blood in the floor, in the wooden floors. But generally just seems like a tiny, cramped place that none of y'all really fit in.
Well,
Fun.
let's climb our way out, I guess.
Is this near Usk's house?
No, it's on the opposite side of town.
Okay.
Is the map supposed to like only focus on like the southern
Yeah.
ward and
Yes,
Well,
this
this
is
is
the
the
southeast
southeast
map.
Okay.
The southwest map covers the other half of it.
Mhm.
It's the Waterdeep map is just very large.
It's a huge freaking map.
Yep.
Probably need to actually have the full map available for general purposes. So one moment, let me
Yeah,
just
this will easily kill a few hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Unless
we're
we-
in
unless
the
we catch a
place
cat
that
or
has the
something.
red square around it.
Yep,
Yep.
Yes.
just a nondescript building in an alley.
It's got a script. That script is that it's an orphanage that has been abandoned.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
That I mean, if you need a secret teleportation circle,
yeah, it's
Worst
pretty
places.
much. Yeah, there are definitely worse places, but it is. Oh God, this map is so blurry.
Yeah.
I believe, unless I am just sorry, I'm trying to find alt maps. Dock Ward. It's going to be this one right here. Okay. Anyway, on the full big map, there is where y'all that little red pointer.
Whoa.
And Usk's house is oh god, it's so hard to see everything. I believe Usk's house is over towards here, where the circle is. Might take a moment for that to show up. And the castle lanterns are where is their location?
You're right. This is very much a blurry map.
Yeah, it's when you zoom in, it's pretty bad.
Are they in the North Ward?
Yeah, I believe it's the North Ward. I'm just trying to find and I spelled castle lantern wrong. They are. They're at the Sea Ward actually.
Castle Villa. There it is. It has a big old circle mark.
It sure does.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how I missed that. Oh, wait, because it's blurry.
Yeah. I kind of got lucky there.
Yes. So yeah, that's the full. There's a long distance to cover. Simply put.
I suppose I could check on House Rosnar again as well.
Yeah. Wherever
but,
that might be.
I don't know if they really have anything useful for me.
So
I could tell them why I've been gone. It's I can't really be in your service anymore because now I'm trapped in the Undermountain in a cycle of death. Sorry.
Yeah, you could. So what would y'all like to do first?
We should first probably, unless Miles' place is closer, we should probably head to Usk's.
Miles lives in the Dock Ward, so he's closer.
He's right there.
Yeah, so we should probably go there first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fairly simple walk. People again, kind of like seeing Usk are like, huh! But they'll definitely listen. So you are directed to Miles' place, and
I'm gonna miss having this commanding authority though.
Yeah. I don't know. You can get it. You can feasibly get it back in Skullport.
I just have to ally with the right people and knock over the right other people.
Exactly.
There you go.
Except no one permanently dies. So
we will make you Mayor Usk yet.
I mean, the thing about it, real fast. The thing about bad guys in a situation. Oh no, the other person won't die. Is we get to get real good at figuring out where that line is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always that.
So, and then once you're Mayor Usk, you can have your beloved clock tower.
That's true.
It's not a matter of it being a personal thing. It's a practical thing.
I think.
And when you're mayor, you can tell people that.
If it were me, I think I would prefer having a town where nobody quite understands the time, but my particular group does, because somewhere else I have a way to keep time. To keep everybody else off kilter by not knowing things.
For commerce, for all sorts of things. Time is... Anyway.
Time is relative.
Yep.
Anyways, yes.
For Usk, he will bring back time.
Damn straight.
Turn back the clock. Anyways, it's fairly easy to find Miles's house, and he is at home, sort of. You actually see him poring over a spell book through the window of his little home.
Lander, I'll let you take the lead on this.
All right. Knock, knock.
1 moment, please. And you hear footsteps, and then the door opens, and there's Miles, and he actually looks really happy to see you.
Hey, we found your wand.
Oh, you did? Oh, thank you so much. And he'll sort of hold his hands out for it.
I'll give it to him.
Thank you. I don't have much, but and he'll reach into he'll walk over to one of the cabinets and see if he can find some loose gold or something, because he didn't exactly end up with much.
Should we just tell him that he doesn't need to give us anything? It was just, we're glad he got it back.
I mean, if you have any ritual spells I could copy.
I might be able to. What spells do you know offhand?
I know detect poison and disease, find familiar, identify in layman's tiny hut.
Let me see. The last, and he's flipping through his own book. I did just get the rituals down for Unseen Servant, if that one would be useful to you.
I mean, even if it's not, I could still take it. Might find a use for it eventually.
Then I would be happy to share my notes with you.
Thank you.
And yeah, you will have Unseen Servant as a ritual.
What does Unseen Servant do?
It creates an unseen servant.
Yep.
It's an invisible creature that can carry stuff and do minor tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Visible butler.
I have added it to your ritual only spells, and Miles will actually say, if you'd like, I'm still trying to, master my craft, but if there are any spells that you are interested in, I might be able to do some research up here while you're in the Undermountain.
That might be useful, but going back and forth between here is expensive.
Or time consuming.
Might be easier to just study down there, honestly, while we're adventuring. By which I mean just learn our spells the normal way.
I'll put it this way, early game, it'll probably be harder to get up to Waterdeep, but by later game, I think it'll be easier.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
We can buy a boat.
True. He does.
We could make a boat.
Thinking about it, Miles also, if you bring up the boat, I mean, Miles' dad is a dock worker. He might know some people.
Having a vehicle might be handy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you want to bring that up to Miles to have him on that task?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, if you could, see if anyone's willing to part with a boat, I guess, if your dad knows anybody.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will talk with my dad, and I'll see, I'll check around town to see if anyone's got a boat for sale or for rent, or if there's a captain who'll loan their services or anything like that.
Okay.
And he profusely thanks the lot of you again. Just way too much for a very admittedly tiny thing.
I'm sure it was sentimental.
Yeah. So, anything else?
That's about it for Miles, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, Miles will wave you all goodbye, and you are free as you please. What would you like to do next?
Probably head over to Usk's house and get those
Well, that's still on the other way to the city.
spell things.
We could, if we're passing through the trades ward and castle ward and the market, we can probably drop by that explosive shop that Jhank really wants to go to.
It's on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, it's actually it's back the way you came to reach Miles. It's in the southern.
Oh, southern ward.
Yep. The Grinning Gobbo is right about here.
Oh, that's the bomb place?
Yep. Where the cone is.
Well, that's close-ish. We'll do that first then.
Okay. Yeah. Usk, this is the first time you've experienced it, but this section of town looks wrecked and smells like sulfur.
Yep.
Not terribly surprised.
But yeah, you the Lander and Jhank, you are used to this. So, what would you like to do? The shop is open. It does seem that you can hear tinkering in the back of it, but she is not currently up front.
I am hesitant to decide when we try to get her attention.
Fair. Seems like there definitely could be some downsides to getting her attention at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Someone want to send in the owl?
Not really.
I feel like a side note worth asking. Now, I presume that familiars are things that only certain classes can get, right?
Familiar is defined as such, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't just make something your familiar if you're not a wizard.
Yeah, I can summon a
Equivalent.
familiar because it's a ritual spell, and I've got that
Mm-hmm.
evocation.
I don't suppose there's like a bell or anything like that, is there?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
You could try yelling.
Okay. Jhank is going to wait until there's like a pause in sound, and he's going to try knocking on the counter.
She will. You definitely find a moment where silence. You knock, and then you hear a,
Yeah.
and you see the back of the shop is blown out.
Oh, sweet.
That'll be fine.
She you hear coughing, and you see a woman approach the front and goes, "Yes, how can Granny Gobbo help?"
Hello, how are you doing this fine day?
Ah, it's the Lizard Man! It's so good to see you again. How are the bombs?
Well, I haven't had much enough opportunity to use them yet, but what I have enjoyed.
Oh, that's good. Always good to see a happy customer. So, what can I do you for? Oh, you brought friends! Are you all interested in the bombs, too?
No, we're just doing some general errand running, and this was not a long detour, so this is for Jhank.
So now she is a goblin, right?
No, she's a human. She's just known
Okay,
as
yeah.
Granny Gobbo.
Okay, I wasn't sure the name, so
She's small and wrinkled like goblins sometimes are, so you assume that's why.
okay. So first, like, how much was the listed price for those explosives?
I believe she charged it was like 25 golds a piece. I'm pulling up my notes. I'm just having some trouble finding.
I think I might have that written in notes somewhere.
Possibly. Oh, Jawa explosives. No, that's the list of them.
So 2 bags of powder, 1 bomb. Okay, so the bomb is 20, dynamite is 35, duds are 5,
Yeah.
and bags of powder are 2 each.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mhm.
So, is there a particular? Did you just want to buy more?
Well, no. That's not all he's interested in doing. But
Jhank,
that's like one of the things he is planning to do.
there's always a secret plan with you. Always,
Yeah.
every single time.
Plans so secret, even Jhank doesn't know what they are.
Yeah.
Well, he is chaotic.
I mean, you've got me there.
Well, that was meant to be a joke, but
No, I took it 100% seriously, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
so
So I am curious. Now, these devices. Now, tell me, what kind of advancements do you think you could make in them further if you had, say, if you had proper financial, if I were to invest.
You're gonna invest in Granny Gobbo?
I think
Yeah.
You're gonna patronize Granny Gobbo?
Yep.
I see it less as investing in her and more investing in her explosive technology.
Trying to help her invent even more potent forms than dynamite? Is that the idea?
Mhm.
Well, or just more stuff with this amazing explosive gunpowder stuff.
Oh boy.
You're gonna try and jumpstart explosives development with money. Through a private shop.
I mean, are there any other places to advance this kind of technology?
No, there probably isn't.
I mean, I'm sure this world has some form of like weapons R&D subsidized by military, but or maybe not. It was all just the Wild West.
Yep.
I think as far as explosives are concerned, most of that development is happening outside of, cities. I
So
think
this is the one place you can find inside a city limit. Inside
Well,
Waterdeep
yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, inside Waterdeep specifically, I'm pretty sure that I'm sure if you went to one of the if you went to the Realm Shop or the Sword Coast Acquisitioners Guild, you could find more maybe reliable bombs. But
But nothing we can access while we're cursed.
well, the thing about it is the Realm Shop and the Sword Coast Acquisitioners Guild, they will go out and get stuff for you and bring it back. That's their whole business model.
You could order explosives through Amazon.
We bring them to you.
Their whole business model is about going and getting stuff that most people are like, that seems like a really dangerous kind of thing. It's basically not a mercenary guild, but I guess merchant marine kind of guild would be the way to think about it.
Courier service.
Yeah. Anyways, they'll get it for you, but it'll take time. Whereas Granny Gobbo is here, and her products may not be the most reliable at all times, but she's also close. Convenience
They're not the most reliable yet.
Yet, true. I think if you are propositioning the investment, she will stroke her chin and go, "Well, I do happen to need a few repairs around here. I'm not entirely sure what happened, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm willing to let a fool part with his money."
Just part of his soul escapes through his sighing.
She will nod and go, "All right, so I'll take what would be a good investment? Let's see. If I take about 500 gold, I can get some of the good saltpeter out west, and also reinforce the shop. So yeah, let's talk. I think 500 gold, and I might be able to start making.
Start making what? Sorry, you cut out.
Improvements.
Okay.
So, how much gold you willing to part with, buddy?
Well, I also have to consider: is there room? I mean, do I just want to go ahead and say straight up invest, or do I want to try talking? Okay, is there a way to make it? Can I? I mean, aside from an investment, can I expect something else? Can I expect something back?
discounts, a few free samples of new.
Yeah, I
new
think
bomb
she'll not.
types.
Well, yeah, I think I think that's basically what she'll say is like, well, obviously, if you put that much money in, it'd be absolutely rude of me to not give you something else, at least now. So you could take some of my wares, and I'll be more than happy to give you a nice discount in the future.
Well, I am liking the sound of that.
Do you have 500 gold?
Well, aside from the 745 gold, there's also the 200 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Which is currently in chestnut. So
I really should have brought up the point of making sure to go into chestnut and pick that up before coming back. So yeah, I guess if it really is just the gold we're carrying, then for now, yes, I will invest 500 gold into her. I will invest 500 gold.
Okay. Let me make a personal note here.
Jhank now has a stake in a business. God help us all.
500 gold to the grinning goblin for restructuring and saltpeter.
That's not usually what that word means in this context. It usually doesn't mean like rebuilding the structure.
Well, it comes and goes. You got to admit, the growth is pretty explosive. And you are free, Jhank, to take some more of the explosive she's got around if you so desire. Is there a particular assortment you would like to get?
Well, what is under? Okay, I think just to I think I had 745 before. I can't remember because I think I missed.
Yes, it's 745.
Okay, so I'll have 245 after this.
Yes.
Oh. What is with that fight?
It means you can take a few items for free. Right now.
Yeah.
So like a few more 6 of dynamite, a few more duds, whatever. Some single digit amount of everything.
How many of the duds would she allow me to take?
Given that an insignificant portion of her stock kind of went out the window just now, she will probably be happy to part with I'll say 6 duds.
One step towards the future of Jhank Corp. Ugh.
Yeah, I look forward to the Shadowrun campaign I'll run after this, where Jhank is a corporate.
Somehow has become eternal, and
he has found a way to exploit this system, and he's now a major arms. He's now a major arms investor.
Well, arms conglomerate.
To be fair, the best part is the anti-marketing writes itself. It's all junk.
It's all.
Okay.
You've tried the best. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
So, in addition to those duds, would it be too much to say 2 bombs and 3 dynamite?
No, that sounds fine.
Okay. So that'll.
I can't believe we did a commerce while we were up here.
Yep.
So that'll put me at 10 dynamite, 5 bomb, and 9 duds.
Yes. There we go. I have upped your explosive count.
Yeah, and I got written down in my notes too, so.
Yes.
I don't think any player in any of my games has ever invested in a business before.
What? It's wild to me because that's definitely never happened. But I love it.
You are trailblazing, Sir Jawa.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, I agree, Digo. And his money.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like this something about it just feels like it fits the character. This is honestly, this has been an idea that has been in my mind since the first time we visited this shop.
All right. Well,
One, not surprised. Two, happy we could make that happen for you.
I am happy that a dream has come true.
Mm-hmm.
My nightmare, maybe, but someone's dream.
Especially after we got that big infusion of platinum.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Y'all are gonna make me regret being so generous.
Kinda.
Yeah. I have found a couple of ritual spells that I might like Miles to look into,
Okay.
namely water walk and water breathing.
Yeah, those seem like they'd be good to pick up.
Yeah, because that would significantly help us out with getting in and out of Skullport.
Yep, seems reasonable.
So yeah, I think with that, the investment and the picked up explosives, that concludes Jhank's business at Granny Gabo's.
Alright,
Okay.
let's, I think next on our itinerary would be to go to my house, pick up those books, and drop them off.
Yep.
Because that's... Is there like a cab or something that can take us quickly from Southern Ward to Castle Ward?
I am certain you could easily get a carriage to obey you.
Just hail down the first one I see.
Mm-hmm. What are they gonna do? Argue with you?
I mean,
Probably not.
Pay fair wages for it, but...
I think here's what I'm gonna say. I think with how much money have you spend today, I think you'll find that upon attempting to hand you money, the the carriage driver very quickly shakes his head and goes, "No, your money's no good here."
Fair enough.
Happy to be of service.
Right, I work for that kind of house. I forget sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, yeah, you easily get to your place. And with it being 7:30, I think this might be a good time to stop. As you approach your home, you can tell something has happened. It's not big. It's like from the outside, nothing seems terribly obvious, but as you pick the lock, you realize someone is already in the building.
Lovely.
And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get through those the outros.
Get through the closing spiel. Thank you for listening to our Spudventures. If you like what you heard, you can find more at youtube.com/Newbiespud or spudventures.libsyn.com or wherever you get your fine podcasts, whether that's iTunes, Google Play, or maybe Spotify soon. We'll see how that goes. We aim to live stream these games every Sunday around 2 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Newbiespud. If you want to keep up with this and other projects I'm doing, you can follow me on Twitter at Newbiespud. And if you want to support my ability to produce more content like this, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Newbiespud. See you next time with a new side Spudventure, which will be in the Stars Without Number system run by me. And with a crew of about 6 or so, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be... Stars Without Number has been much requested ever since we ran the first 2 sessions long ago. In fact, I don't think I've posted them anywhere. I might put them up on the Spudventures feed.
One of them's on YouTube.
Well, yeah, both of them.
I feel like I remember
both,
listening to at least one of them.
Yeah, both of them are on YouTube right now. I don't have the... I don't have the audio files anymore. Actually, never mind. So...
Uh-oh.
But yeah, we originally ran 2 sessions of Stars Without Number normally a while ago, and we've been dying to go back. But this is going to be kind of a reboot, and playing kind of a new style where that'll allow us to explore a lot of the universe in a rather short amount of time while fitting a lot of adventure in. It's going to be very experimental. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be starting
I hope so.
next week.
Whoop.
But until then, thank you for listening. See you next time.
Bye bye.